Greetings. Let me welcome you and say hello to you wherever you are watching us from. You might be on Facebook, you might be on YouTube, you might be on Instagram and any other platform that you find us on. My name is Nompumelelo Myeni. I am a qualified transformation life coach, and today I want to address one of the most important subjects with you, and it is one of the subjects that actually form a very important part in transformation. Today we are going to talk about the comfort zone. And somebody might just wonder, why is it that we are worried about the comfort zone? So I decided that, okay, let me take it to a definition point and say, what is a comfort zone really? And our definition says a comfort zone is a place where one feels safe, easy, and a way of life that provides any kind of safety. So the question number one is that, why would I want to move from a place where I find safety, from a place where I find comfort? And today, this is exactly what I'm going to address with you as to why you need to move from your comfort zone. Because number one, it does not serve you as much as it is a comfortable place, but it does not serve you. So let's get on with it. Now, if we talk about the comfort zone, there are three reasons why the comfort zone is killing you. And one of the first reasons is it is keeping you from growing. Being in a comfortable place and being in a safe place does not allow growth. So it is one of the reasons why the comfort zone is not for your favor. The second reason is that it is keeping you from exploring your ability. Our ability goes beyond the things that we have seen, that we have imagined, or that any other lip has ever uttered. So if you are in your comfort zone, you are unable to explore your ability. And the third reason is that it is conditioning you to settle. When you're settling in the comfort zone, you settle for whatever. Whatever is there is what is enough. If, for instance, we have an example of maybe a car, and you have, I can't mention names of cars because obviously none of them has paid me to mention them. So, if in your comfort zone you are comfortable with a smaller car and just a smaller nyana house, and that's where you are comfortable, the issue with that comfort space is that it is stopping you and stagnating you from getting into the bigger things and from getting into more that you are actually capable of. Now, if we're going to talk about personal growth and the comfort zone, personal growth doesn't happen in the comfort zone, because in the comfort zone, we literally know everything that we need to know about ourselves. I know how, when I wake up, I know my way to work, I know my way back from work, I know my way to gym, and I'm comfortable in that space. And I'm not willing to explore any further. I'm comfortable with the TV that I watch, and anything else is no impact into my life. And that is just the space that the devil needs to actually keep you stagnant in one place. Now, one of the biggest differences between people who win in life and the people we will consider people who have lost or losers in life is that winners focus on using their time fulfilling or driving towards what they see and what they dream themselves to be in the future. They not just focus on money, but it is focused on personal growth and personal understanding and personal knowledge, and ensuring that the time that you spend with yourself is not just time where you are thinking about who has what, but it is time that you spend informing yourself to actually get to a greater and a better self. Now, why you need to get out? How do you get out of the comfort zone? Who should help you to get out of the comfort zone? Because most of the time, we want the hows and we want the who will help. And the two questions are always walking together because we want to know how, and then at the same time, we want to know who will. Unfortunately, if I was to answer the question of who will, I will tell you that there is nobody else but yourself. But the how, that is where I can help you. That is what we are now going to go into right now. How do you get out of your comfort zone? First thing, and the most important thing, you start to challenge yourself with people that you idolize. Who is it that you idolize, that you think in life they have made it, or they've made a particular impact in life, or their names won't be forgotten because they reached a particular standard of living in life? And that person is the person that you need to now start to put in front of yourself at all times. And you challenge yourself. When you start to challenge yourself, you step out of what is usual, or what is taken as normal, which becomes your comfort zone. You start to step into a place of where you are not really sure what is happening, but your mind is now is now expanding and is now allowing you to explore and move into greater things. Now, forces around you, when you start to change your life, you must always remember, as spiritual beings in life, whatever that we do happens not just to us, it also happens in the spirit. So as you decide to take a step forward, it is exactly the same thing that happens to the spirit, which are the beings around you. You start to move. There's a force that starts to move with you. As you start to take a step forward, it starts to move with you towards your direction that you now want to go. So it becomes an ever-present help in your life, where every time you feel like you must go back, it becomes a push that says, but why did I step out of that place in the first place? And it becomes a reminder that is not just in the ears, but it is an internal, an emotional, a spiritual reminder that you have for yourself. Outside of the comfort zone, you get to face what you fear the most. Now, the things that we fear don't usually happen when we are in the comfort zone. We don't usually get to meet people that are going to challenge us in the comfort zone. One of my biggest fears has always been to be in front of a camera. And all the time, I have issues with being in front of the camera. But I decide that I'm going to step out of my comfort zone, and I'm going to challenge myself, and I'm going to allow the camera to be my audience, even though I know that as you are watching there at home right now, you are my audience, but the camera that is looking at me was always the challenge to me. And I am glad to say, you, as I have challenged myself with the camera, you can challenge yourself with many other things in your life that you fear the most. Some people want to move out of home to buy their own place, but they fear that are we really going to be able to? Some people want to start a degree and they want to go ahead in life, but they fear that, am I going to pass? So outside of the comfort zone is where you get face to face with the things that you fear the most. And at all times, one of the things that happens the most is that you always get to win, because as they have been waiting outside your comfort zone, it's not really that they have power, but they look as such. So every time you face a new challenge outside your comfort zone, be assured that that is when you win. Every new challenge is an opportunity for you to win. Then when you have faced your fears, you start to get to what we call the learning mode zone, which now is where you start to learn more about life, learn more about yourself, learn more about your ability. You learn more about your family. You learn more about your friends. You get to realize who really, really people are when people can really think about themselves and not consider you. You get to know that I am the most important person in my life. So all the time, when you have faced the challenges and have won, you get to learn. It's a collection of lessons. When we say that, in the Bible, you'll find David. And David, when he's facing Goliath, he does not speak about the power that he has, but he speaks about the lessons that he has learned. So as we step out of the comfort zone, we start to collect what we call experience. We start to collect what we call lessons. We start to collect what we call protective measures against the other things about ourselves. We get to know our heart. How are you ever going to know that there's such a thing as a broken heart if you don't step out and fall in love? How are you going to know that there's a great thing as happiness and joy in a relationship if you are not going to step out and fall in love? So those experiences in life we collect as we move along, not when we are sitting in one place, not when we are stagnant, not when we are allowing the situations that are in front of us to actually hold us back. Now, in learning mode is where we gain our self-confidence. It's when we gain our discipline, our self-discipline. It's where we gain our self-belief, because now we have conquered some of the challenges outside the comfort zone, so we are now able to carry with ourselves confidence that if I have been able to face such a challenge and able to overcome, it means anything that can come my way, I will be able to overcome. And you start to gain what we call self-belief, which is something that is very, very important. And we spoke about in one of the previous shows, we spoke about the fact that believing doesn't start with people clapping for you, but believing starts from within yourself. I'm not going to repeat that. If you want to see that again, go through our page and you will see that wonderful motivation again. Now, when we have gone through the learning stage, we start to get to a place that is called a performance and a growth stage. Now, that is a stage where you find winners. That's where you start to meet people that have goals and visions that might be similar to yourself, or that might actually be bigger and can actually help you enhance your own dreams and your own visions that you have had and your own vision that you have got for yourself. In the performance and the growth zone, you even meet people that are willing to mentor you, that are willing to walk with you the journey to ensure that you reach your success. But if you are not going to go through all the stages that I have said, you're going to have a challenge of the fact that if you get to performance, which means it's a place where you start to meet people of high caliber, but you haven't gone through the challenges, you haven't gone through the lessons, you haven't gained your self-belief. You might find that yourself losing opportunities that might have taken you to a greater space simply because you did not follow the proper stages of growth. Now, after that, a growth zone, we get to what we call a self-fulfillment zone. There's nothing that we do in life and we do it just because we want to please other people. Yes, other people might be pleased and they might clap hands for you, but the most important thing is that in most of the things that we do them to self-fulfill, to fulfill ourselves. Even if you are doing it to hear the hand clap, it means the hand clap is what fulfills you. If you are doing it to be able to buy expensive brands, it means the expensive brands is what fulfills you. But you need to get to a zone or get to a place where you are so self-fulfilled that anything that doesn't go your way doesn't affect you to break down your entire life, but you just simply are able to say, this one was not mine. It means mine is still coming. A self-fulfillment zone is that very same zone that I found in a book that I was reading by Eco Hart, and the book is saying a new earth. In that book, it simply speaks about self-fulfillment as in sort of some kind of a greater peace in your life, where you are able to reach to a place where even if things are taken from you, you are saying, take them because it means that was not mine. You are in peace with yourself. You are in peace with around your surroundings. You are in peace with everything that happens around you, because all that you have done is that you have reached a stage of self-fulfillment. Now, when you are a person that has gone through this journey, you get to a place where you make profound impact on other people's lives. Now, a person in the comfort zone really has nothing much to give because everything is just enough for themselves. A person in the learning space doesn't really have much to give, because they are still learning themselves. But a person who has reached a place of self-fulfillment is a person now that has something to give, that says, I have learned this lesson and I can share this lesson with you. And that person is now starting to mentor other people to get to a greater place. And they lack one of the ingredients that most people have. They lack jealousy. They don't have what is jealousy. When they know that somebody needs help, somebody needs to be taken to a greater height, somebody needs to be held by the hand to get to somewhere, they simply are able to do that because they have reached a zone of self-fulfillment. Now, in all that I've said, someone is still going to say, how do I break free from the comfort zone? I hear everything that you're saying, but truly speaking, what are the real steps that I can take to break free from my comfort zone? Number one, write down your life vision. Put it down. Anything that you write down, you bring it to being. Put it down. What is your life vision? I don't mean the vision that is 3 lines that companies make, but I'm talking about your life vision, where you are able to say, I live in a mansion in this place. I drive this particular car. I look like this. I carry this kind of a handbag. You speak it even though it is not there. You write down your life vision. After that, you create a list of what you should be doing in order to get there. Now I'm in the coaching space. Now you write a list what you should be doing, because you can dream and say, my dream is this big, but how much are you willing to give? What is it that you need to do to reach this big dream of yourself? Remember, for everything, there is always a right, and then there is always a responsibility. We can go claim our blessings from God, but there is a responsibility that we have as well to say, what steps do I need to take in order to get myself to my life vision? The next one is that you need to have reasons why you want to do why you want to become what you are becoming. And it is important that you have a reason. Why is that? Reasons keep you grounded. Every time you find yourself at a point of pride against what you have, your reasons will remind you why you are here. If you are in tertiary and all of a sudden you're a nice, pretty little girl, and all of a sudden comes a nice, cute guy, just when you're like, he's cute, the reason comes back. Why am I here. And the reason grounds you. Now, you also need, the next step is to daily challenge yourself with each and every step that you have written. Every day, challenge yourself with another step forward. Don't have a day where you say, I have nothing to do. But every time when you find yourself that you're not working, you're not going to school, find that space and use that space in order for you to learn, in order for you to increase your capacity of knowledge. And the last one, keep taking the small steps. Keep taking the small steps. We find in our days that we have 20-year-olds that are measuring themselves against 40-year-olds. And that is a recipe for disaster. Because we are looking at what the 40-year-old drives, you're looking at where the 40-year-old lives, you're looking at what the 40-year-old is wearing, but you are missing the 20-year gap between the two of you, that there is 20 years that this person has used in order to get to where they want to be. So allow yourself that 20 years as well to get to that place instead of competing with people that are not your age. Each and every day, you take one step forward. And I want to leave you with this. Understand this with yourself. Nobody will do this for you if you don't do it for yourself. Let me remind you again, my name is Nompumelelo Myeni, and thank you so much for watching. And do click like, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and like my page as well, and my Instagram, I'm Nompumelelo_Myeni. Thank you so much.